Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of Saving Grandad's Farm. My name is Alex, and you join me on the top end of our land, really. We're investigating how we recently drilled some grass, and we're just having a bit of a drive around to see how it's looking. You'll see that this is a grass strip right down the middle of the field. Well, it's not quite right down the middle of the field, but we're going to have a bit more of a look into it. This was my attempts to kind of put the initial divider into the fields to see how the demarcation would go. So we've split the field up here. There's one smaller field on my left there. That's going to be drilled all into grass probably tomorrow. This big field here is going to get plowed over. We're going to put some cereal crop into there. It's likely going to be spring barley, as is maybe this one on my right. And we'll see how that looks. And then yeah, we've got one more big field down here. And then we need to kind of figure out how this driveway is going to work. But so we've got this field and then this smaller paddock right here, and then finally another grass field down at the bottom. So we've split one big field up, we put it into a whole load of little fields here. The grass is coming through now, it's just starting to show really. You can kind of see a green carpet everywhere, but by no means any length there at all. But yeah, it's good to have that done. And so yeah, what we're going to be doing with that land is we are going to be, in accordance with our farming stewardship, we're going to be putting in hedgerows. And we're going to leave those for about 4 or 5 years before we even think about cutting them. We're going to shut this gate as well, because we want to really encourage that growth. We want to get as high as this field here. We're going to, in keeping with what we already have, we're going to be looking to get some handcrafted wooden gates as well for every single little field there. And we really want to make sure that we get that all kind of just ordered in. We're going to put a few fences in there as well. We want to make sure we get that done this year so we can just leave it after that. But that's the kind of the plan there. People are asking what that big field is going to look like, so you can kind of see what's happening now, and hopefully we'll be able to get that all taken care of and completed sooner rather than later there, because yeah, there's a couple of big fields there. So I want to get those fields that are going to be into a cereal crop. Want to get those plowed over and started as quickly as possible. So we'll look to do that in the coming few weeks, I think, and get that all up and working. But yeah, elsewhere, it's a beautiful day today. We are going to get on with some drilling sooner rather than later. But first things first, we are saying goodbye to the Ford Control County, the 1004. It's been pulled out of the shed, it's been cleaned up. It does start, it doesn't do too much else, but it does start up. The buyer in question is coming to pick this up today or tomorrow, but he is coming with a rather large truck, and we can't really get it down the windy roads here. So I've got to I borrowed a larger low loader. We're going to stick this on the back. I hope it's light enough to go into there. It looks like it should be. And then we are going to take this down to the local BGA, where we can get it all loaded up and taken away from there. So well, that's what we need to get cracking with here. Let's just jump into this beast. Okay, like I say, it does start up there. It started up really well, actually. Put a new battery on it, as I did for everything around here, and just checked everything over and started, which means we only have one left to try and start, which is the Fiat in the corner of the shed there. And that should hopefully, that was kept in good condition, as you can see, so I'm hoping that's just going to be a straightforward job to get going. No, I can't see a blooming thing here, so let's hope that I'm looking good. Oh, easy does it. Perfect. Okay, let's have a look what that looks like, shall we? Wonderful. All right, let's get that knocked off. So, like I say, this is to be sold here. Now it is more being sold as a collector's edition. It does look like it just needs a little bit of a touch-up on some of the bodywork there, or now we've cleaned it off. It doesn't look too bad. But yeah, we'll leave that for the new owner. I don't know what he's going to do with it, but that's entirely up to them. We're going to use the Ford to take it away today, so we can kind of just get this done quickly and out of the way. Elsewhere, we do have our spring barley seed here now. We're going to come, and once we get this all done, the next job is to try and salvage what's in here. I need to see if the seed drill is still in a good shape to work there. I'm concerned there's a bit of a bush growing through it. I'll have to get that pulled out and have a look, and also move that hay mob as well. But the good news is that we have space to put all of these things now, either here, as you can see, the new plow that we got using the other day there, and that mower has been washed down and cleaned up. That's looking pretty good. And we've got this whole shed really now to play with, so we've got plenty of space to put things in. I'm going to see how we get on there. So we're going to come back to that in just a second. Now we're going to get this taken away first, and we'll head around the corner. We're really not going too far. Staying nice and locally, actually. Let's get this all folded up anyway. Up there, wonderful stuff. Okay. Let's make sure my handbrake is on in this guy. Which it is. Wonderful. Alright, so we're just going to get ourselves away, I think. Okay, so we're just going to take our time to just creep out of here. We don't have too far to go. Like I mentioned, if that drill's in good condition today, we are going to get some spring barley into the ground. Then we're going to be drilling Propino today. And hopefully we can get that all done and dusted very shortly. We're going to start on that field that we cultivated over with the help of a neighbour's monstrously big John Deere and cultivator. So hopefully we can get that done soon. And then we're going to look to get the land, one of those fields that we've marked out in the backfield there, that's going to get worked over as well. And then we'll try and get that into some barley as well there. So, because we really want to get things going. We're not going to put everything into spring crops there. We're going to work some other fields over in time. But like these two fields here, they both need some attention. So we'll have to wait and see if we can get that done. But yeah, there's a lot for us to get cracking with really here. The time is very much of the essence. We really need to make sure we crack on. But we are going to go this way. So we are going to go straight over here. Assume nothing's coming. Head down towards the BGA there. Where we can... There we go. Perfect. We're just going to park this up. Like I say, this trailer behind is not mine anyway. We're going to leave it there for now. And then once it's empty, I'll go and collect it later on today. Or whenever they've come to collect this. And we can get ourselves... we're going to make a little bit of money off this. We're selling this control behind me for about... I think it's around about 11,000 we agreed on in the end. Which it's a collector's edition really. So that's where the values come from. It's in relatively good nick, so it doesn't need too much work doing to it. And hopefully it can be of use to someone. I don't quite know what this fella's going to do with it, if he's going to use it or if it's going to be a showpiece, but that can be up for him. All I needed was to kind of unfortunately just get it off our farm. I need to be able to make use of the building spaces that we have. I don't need a clutter of machinery around. I want the machinery that we have to be useful for me and to be functioning, so... I think that's going to be the case. The county that we're keeping, the 754, has had a lot of admirers from a lot of you folks who are watching, and I'm glad that's the case. We are going to be keeping it and putting it to work some way. It's probably going to go into the drill this afternoon actually, because I think we'll put the plough back onto this, and then we'll see how we get along there as well. So all being well, we should be able to see plenty of action for that guy, and it's been working very well so far actually. I cannot fault it at all. It hasn't skipped a beat, so again, hopefully that continues to be the case. But we will see. Anyway, it's nice to have a nice bigger tractor anyway, just to do all the heavier work. And once we get all this field work done, we'll be turning our attention to hay. With that in mind, I am looking to pick up a round baler somewhere, I think. Either a round or a square, but I'm looking to pick up a baler. And I want to be able to get going with that side of things, and I want to we need to start looking into a combine as well of some description. I don't know how we're going to do that. There is an auction coming up soon where there's going to be a really old lineup of equipment there. I say really old, newer than some of the equipment I have, but still old nonetheless. So we'll have to see what that looks like, because that could be the winner for us. We may have to go into it and to see what there is available there. But it's a big collection. It's nowhere near here. It's going to cost me a lot to get anything shipped over if I do buy it from there, but we'll have to wait and see. That is an option anyway. But how are you doing anyway? I hope everything is well. Do let me know down below in the comments there, which I am keeping in tab of. A lot of you are loving this, my little diary here, as we do try and get the farm up and working there, which is great to see. Simulation for the Nation is keeping me abreast of everything, and it's wonderful to see that you are all really enjoying this, so thank you once again for that. If you do have any questions, comments or feedback, then please do leave that down below. And yeah, we're really just trying to keep ourselves going here, pushing ourselves along. The weather's been really great for us at the moment. We're not struggling there to get anything done. We are just kind of starting to turn the soil over though, so that is so far so good. Oh, this is heavy though. Lord, is that heavy. Get up the hill. You know what the fascinating thing about this is as well? All the lights, all the electrics still work. I was amazed. Everything's still working as you'd expect it to be. And off we go. Okay, so we're not far around the corner here. At least I think the entrance for this biogas place, I've never been to it before. It's quite a new addition to the area. A lot of farmers around here are growing maize, and I think it's Camanthus that they're also drilling in here. So they're putting a lot of renewable energy crops in the ground here specifically for this. So a lot of them are doing very well. It might be something that we turn our attention to at some point, but definitely not this year. Maybe 1 year down the line. We'll get over that. Yeah, we'll just go and drop this trailer off. Nice and easily done for us, really. We're just going to drop it on the deck and then beetle our way back down to the yard there where we can get going as well. So, shouldn't take us too long. Yesterday, I did go out and do a few little contracts, actually. I did a few transport jobs for some people. Didn't bring in much money, but kept the bank balance going up in the right direction. That's the beauty of having that little Fiat with the front loader. It's not the biggest, but it does allow me to get a few little bits and pieces done here and there. So keeps the topping up the account, that's for sure. As we know, we've got a lot of different things we need to try and acquire, so we want to be able to do that without spending too much of our own money. So if we can do that by either you know, making friends with people and doing a few jobs here and there, making some money that way, getting into some good contact books really, then that could always be a way for us to go. Now, they didn't really mention where this was to be parked up, but I'm going to stick it over there, I think. Let's do that. Just out of the way. Like I say, they wanted the big area they could come in with. They've really got a big, a monstrously big low loader, so they wanted someone that could come in with plenty of space, so they did ring up and agree to dump it here. So that's exactly what we'll do. Alright then, and we're just going to leave this here pretty much. Looks like a good little rig here, I must say. Alright, so with that, we're going to jump back into our 7840 and we're going to head on the way. We don't need to be here anymore. We got a lot of work of our own to be doing, and yeah, we need to go and get cracking with that one. So, join me as we will return back down to the yard there, and we will see you all down back at 6 Ashes. Alright, so we're coming in the other way. We're going to do a little bit of shuffling around the yard there. I want to try and get that fertilizer spinner out of the shed, and I want to salvage the hay bob, and then which will in turn allow me to get the drill hooked up as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a shuffle around there, but it'll give me a chance to roughly check out all that equipment as well, see if it's working for us or not, which is the crucial thing these days. And we'll take it from there. As I mentioned, we are looking to get some handcrafted gates for the yards and for all the new fields that we're creating. We are going to try and get one for this entrance here as well, just to add a little bit more security, because it is kind of tucked away around the back here and anyone can kind of sneak in at the moment. So that will be something that will be addressed, and then all in due time though, as you can imagine. So let's bring out the park this back in the shed for now, I think. Yes, we will. This 7840 will go back onto the plow at some point soon. Just not quite in need of it yet. But what we can do, just tuck this into the corner. This old Acrobat as well is such a simple piece of equipment. It's looking like it's in need of a wash and a grease up, but that's it. That is it. It will be perfect. The old truck here is still due to go away. Scrapman's coming to pick that up soon as well. We're going to be saying sayonara to that one, which shouldn't be too long. And then, yeah, we've still got some rolls to pick out in the corner there, but right now they can just stay where they are. We don't really need them at the moment, so we've got to work out on what we do need and get that all taken care of first. One thing that we're going to need soon is this. We need to see if this is actually going to work. It looks like it's in good enough condition, so it should. But we'll have to get that rummaged out. But first things first, let's just go into our Fiat. I've left my beacon lights on again. Get this guy started up there. Happy days. Wonderful. And then I've also got to at some point take away that trailer load of logs as well. Need to find somewhere where I can take those to, see if I can make a little bit of money back for them, because that would be That would always be good. Ooh. Okay, and around we go here. We're just going to drop this about here, I think. Okay, I wonder if we can put the forks back on. Look, that hay bob might just need to be kind of nudged around a little bit so we can pick it up. I have no idea when that was last used or the condition it's in. Sure, that will do. We can get it from there. But we'll have to have a look-see anyway because it is blocking in the drill a little bit. My one worry about that drill is that some of the plasticky rubber hoses that go from the tank down to the coulters, they may have perished a little bit. We might have to replace some of those. But it could be okay. It could be okay. But as you can see, we just can't quite get into that yet. Let's just try and nudge that around a little bit without causing too much damage. Just want to be able to shuffle that around a bit, like so. Once we get this drill lifted out as well, we will come back in and just clear out or chop out these trees, really. Get rid of them all. I think that's just about it. Might be able to get it from there. I'm going to try one more thing. Because this is a good little machinery shed. Once this is all working there, we don't really need to do anything else. It should be good just to hold on to some equipment and keep us looking all good. But we just need to clean it all out. A lot of the other ground has been sprayed up already. Put some Roundup down just to get rid of everything else here. So that's all looking good. We just need to finalize this little lean-to here so we can, once we get this equipment all serviced up and working, like the plow and the mower, we can get it all tucked away in here and you don't have to worry about it ever again until we need to use it, really. So that's the plan. But this isn't looking too bad. Yes, it needs a wash. But yeah, I mean, it's looking a bit rusty here, but these things always do. It just needs to have a bit of a wash down, I think, and we should be pretty good. Pull that away and lift up. Wonderful. Excellent. Alright then, let's just, next job, let's see if we can grab onto that drill, shall we? I'm going to count you out for that one. Definitely the plan there. I'm still trying to decide as well if we should knock this building down and start it again or just try and repair the roof. I'm not quite sure there, really. I'll have to look into that one. It's probably not going to be anytime sooner, that's for sure. We'll just start with what we can do. Which in this case is get some work done, really. Okie dokie. And now you can really feel the difference from me using this now from when we first started this up, really. It does sound like it's a lot looser. It sounds like it's starting on the button pretty much. So it does sound like it's getting really worked in there a little bit. It has had a bit more oil in there as well. I am going to try and give it a full oil change, and I've got some filters on order for it, but we're just, I don't have the tools here yet to do so. Well, it looks like it could be okay. I guess we'll find out very soon. Let's just get this lifted up again. It's 4 meters wide though, this drill, so if we can get it to work, it's a nice little sized drill. It should make light work of some of the ground that we have. It does mean that we will have to work down some of the land ahead of it again, because some of the ground on the other side of the farm is a bit heavy. So this might not be so good, but we'll see. I'm going to try and just turn around this corner here where I can. Oh, we're out. And you also need to find where the hop has gone for this one. But we're going to take it around the corner here. Park it into the shed, because if it's good to go, and there's no signs of any obvious damage, we're going to give it a go and see how it goes with some spring barley. But we'll need to fill it up first, so that's exactly what we'll do. The good thing about this drill is, of course, though, there's not a great deal to it in terms of complexity. It is an old drill, so it seems to be pretty straightforward. But as you can see here, it's pretty clean. It looks like none of the Looks like none of those tree branches caused any kind of damage to the hose, which I was concerned about. Let me get that linked up there. I reckon we'll give it a go. I think exactly what we'll do. Just gonna get this filled up. What I'll do is I'll get some CNT. It's gonna take a while because they're all in just 100-weight bags, and then we'll go and have a drive over to the other side and try and drill our own first spring barley, I reckon. And as luck would have it, people, I've also managed somehow to find the cover for this thing. It was buried in the trash, hidden in here, in this shed right here. So Grandad kept it. Of course he did. So we're looking good. So now let's pull ourselves forward ever so slightly. We've got a full hopper load of Pepino spring barley, and we're gonna go and see if we can get some good drilling done. It's nice and dry here. It's nice and warm as well, which is always good. Good ground conditions to get going with. We did have to use the neighbor's monster cultivator just to work it over because the ground is a little heavy, and it would have taken us a long time to do with ours, which is part of the battle that we're facing here, given the size of our equipment. So it's something we have to think about moving forward. That being said, out we go. It's going to be a nice opportunity just to get going here, really, with a little bit of drilling. Got my little beacon light on. Now this is not a cab for comfort. It has no rear window. It has no floor in places. It's going to be loud. I've got some ear defenders with me as well, but we're just gonna send it. We're gonna see how we get on, and it should be okay. We're gonna take a little bit of a drive up this field here. And the reason we're going to is there is a gate up the top end of this field to get next door. This field we also need to work over as well. This is big. This is a big field. So what we might do is get a contractor in just to help get ahead of this one. But we'll see how we get on in the neighboring field over. Best case, I might need someone just to come and give me a helping hand with this, I reckon. But hey, we can see how it all goes. It's a beautiful day for it. It's going to take me a few hours to get this all done. I know that much is for sure. And we'll see, but this is why we have this equipment. It's not very tasking on this because we're only just pulling an air seeder really, so it's just powering the fan, which then blows the seed down, so it's not putting too much force on this tractor, but just still be nice to do a bit of drilling the old-fashioned way. Oh, we need to get rid of some of those weeds though, that is true. But yeah, we're going to go into this up the top. And like I say, hopefully towards the end of the week here, I think it is, I need to double check with the auctioneers. There is a farm sale that we're looking to go to. Well, there's a few bits of equipment that have caught my eye in the brochure, so we're going to go and have a look at them at the very least and see how that all turns out. As you can see though, the cultivator did a great job on this. It really did kind of work it all over nicely. And yeah, it's left a nice dry seed bed for us to get into, so that is exactly what we're going to do. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just a beauty? And off we go. Too wide over there. Ooh, easy does it. Wonderful. Alright, forward we go. Let's have a quick look. We'll pull forward about, I don't know, let's go about 20 yards. Okay. Well, we can see it's definitely drilling, people. It is definitely drilling. Okay, that looks like it's all right there. Looks like it's coming in at a good depth. And yeah, look at that. A nice tiny little tractor. We'll turn that beacon off and we're just going to go for it. It's going to take me probably most of the day, I would say. It's going to take me several hours at the very least. But we'll get it going anyway. So this is going to be the first field of our own spring barley for the farm here going in. And we've got a few more acres to do as well. So hopefully by the time we get into the late summer, we've got something to harvest this with of our own. Watch this space for that one, and we're going to continue to see how this all expands. We are kind of getting rid of all the equipment that we don't want anymore, so we're in a great place to kind of start to bring out the equipment that we do want and get ourselves prepared moving forward. So, and that's going to include for things like sheep as well, which we want to get a handful of sheep in at least this summer to get ourselves set up for the next year ahead. So lots on the agenda, lots of plans to put into place there. I am looking to get a little mower soon as well to take care of all things around the fishery, because that little fishing lake is starting to look a little bit untidy, so I want to make sure that's kept nice and tidy for all the anglers who are coming in. But yeah, we'll see how that one goes. And now though, look at this go. We are drilling spring barley, people, and it's coming in fantastically well to boot. So we're going to continue, and we will see you all next time. Until then, folks, have yourself a great day. Enjoy what you're doing as always, and we will see you all later.